Aloha. This is Emily Thoreau-Threat, host of the Grief and Happiness podcast. Every Friday, I share with you my love notes, giving you a little something to think about as you navigate through your grief journey, finding happiness expanding along your way. And every Tuesday, I post my regular podcast sharing wonderful conversations with people you can relate to and who offer you encouraging ideas and helpful inspiration. I'm so grateful you're joining me and look forward to hearing from you, your thoughts. Aloha. Welcome to my podcast for today, which is called Grief This Time is Different. On a Monday morning, my niece called to tell me that an ambulance was taking my sister to the hospital. I knew immediately that this was it for her. She had health challenges over the years, but up until Monday morning, I hadn't felt that it was her time yet. Now it was. I wasn't surprised when my niece called me to say that she died at the hospital. I work with grief and grieving people every day. I write about it on all my social media, and I even wrote 2 books about it. And I thought, I can handle it, that I could keep everything in perspective. But that day, I fell apart. I was thinking about when someone told her friend that it had just died. I found myself struggling for the right thing to say, and immediately, "I'm sorry for your loss," popped into my head. But I stopped myself from saying that. The phrase seems empty, something that I advise others not to say. It feels like, "Have a nice day." In the world of loss, in that moment, I realized that people say it out of compassion, not knowing what to say to truly comfort. And yesterday, there was no comfort to be found for me. I always seem to be the one to do what I can for others and have a difficult time asking for help for myself. But that day, I reached out. My dear friend Rose had been a chosen sister to me for years. She called and I cried, and I could feel her support from way across the ocean on the mainland. She said for me to sit where I could put my feet stretched out in front of me, and that I could see her sitting across from me and putting the soles of her feet against mine. She said, "Feel that energy?" And I did feel the energy in my feet that spread a warmth and comfort up my body. I'd never done anything like that before. The uniqueness of the experience made it powerful, and I was able to inhale without tears. Rose also sent me a link to some beautiful music that was so comforting. Then I heard from another dear chosen sister, Sandy, who said, "My heart goes out to you. I pray comfort of fond memories swell up and far outweigh the pain of your loss." Those words were powerful, powerful healing words that brought comfort. I realized that I don't ever need to think of saying, "I'm sorry for your loss again," but that I can say beautiful things that can demonstrate love and support. I realized I had to get out of the house. So I picked a lot of flowers from my garden: roses, hibiscus, lavender, crown flowers, and more. My friend drove me to a lava beach called La Perouse. The weather was perfect. The water was so clear that you could see right down to the floor of the ocean. I scattered the flowers in the water and stood still, just sending my love out to my sister. After a while, my friend gently tapped on my shoulder and motioned for me to look down. And there was a butterfly sitting on my toe with its wings together. I carefully got out my phone in position and caught a picture of it with its wings open, sitting right there. I felt that my sister had come to pay me a visit. And I knew then that all is well. Do you want more comfort, support, and happiness? Join the Grief and Happiness Alliance. Visit my website at lovingandlivingyourwaythroughgrief.com and read my book, Loving and Living Your Way Through Grief. Be sure to subscribe to our podcast, rate it, review it, and binge on all our episodes on grief and happiness. I can't wait to welcome you back to another episode